Hey guys, it's the Dutch Sims 4 Master and welcome to this brand new The Sims 4 Around the World Restaurant Edition speed build. So today I'm back building another restaurant and this time I'm finally building something from the Netherlands in the Around the World speed build series. I know it's kind of silly that I've actually in this entire series never built anything Dutch before, even though like the fact that I'm Dutch is pretty obvious as it's in like my name. And I talk about the Netherlands every now and then on my videos, so it's kind of clear where I am from. And it's not like the most regular country, like it's not like the United States, so it's another country everyone is from. So therefore it would have been really logical if I would have done a speed build like this like sooner, but for some reason it just didn't really come to doing that. But I'll make good for that, don't worry about it. Today I'm here with an Around the World speed build in the restaurant edition, which means that I'm building a typical Dutch restaurant kind of thing, which is not exactly what you call a luxurious restaurant, but I'll talk about that in a few seconds. But also I'm planning on doing the house version, so the regular version of the Around the World speed builds, with like a mini series for like special Dutch houses, so that I'll actually build several Dutch houses in like a mini series, so that you actually see what houses kind of look like in my country and what typical houses, what typical Dutch houses look like at least. So today I'm building a Dutch snack bar, which is it's an American word as well, or just an English word as well. But in Holland, the snack bar is kind of it's famous. Well, it's not particularly famous, but it's something simply everyone knows, because it's kind of like a fast food restaurant, though it's not really a restaurant, it's more like a cafeteria, I guess. But you can buy like greasy food there, which makes you really fat, but which is really delicious and kind of simple. It's not like an expensive restaurant, which you can obviously see already when it comes to the build, because they're often placed in, normally in Holland they would be placed in like regular streets, like shopping streets, which means that the buildings would be like several levels, and then only the lower level would actually be taken in by the snack bar, and then the upper levels is where houses would be. But because it would be kind of way too much work to actually build the rest of the house as well, I want to make all kinds of different builds since this Dine Out game pack has just recently come out, so therefore I don't want to focus too much on one build. And with the Italian build I kind of did something really big, but I wanted to do something smaller for this one. I also heard people say that they wanted some smaller restaurants as well, so I did that. And that's the reason it's kind of strange. So if you're Dutch, you'll probably realize that this is not exactly what they would always look like. This is kind of what I would imagine them looking like if they're standing free, so not in like the rest of a building. And also I think I have seen like freestanding snack bars every now and then, but it's not exactly what you'd always see them. But they are kind of cool. Because everyone in Holland goes to a snack bar every now and then. You shouldn't go there all day, because then, or every day, because you really get fat then, because the food is good. There's some typical Dutch food, so you could kind of consider it McDonald's, but just something Dutch, and not like it's not an entire franchise. So it's often just families running like one snack bar and then giving it over to like their sons or their daughters, whatever. So it's not like a huge franchise that you've got several brands which are well known. There are some brands or some typical Dutch, more snack bar kind of things as well. The Febo is like in Holland. You've maybe heard of that, because that's kind of famous internationally as well, or Holland is famous for that internationally, because it's kind of like a snack bar, but you've got a wall, and in there you've got all kinds of food, so hamburgers and other food which is like more Dutch, and then you can put some money in it, and then it just comes out of the wall kind of. That's what you say it as well, taking food from the wall, and then you don't need like any person to help you, so you can just quickly put a coin in there, you get the hamburger, and you just walk away again. So it's kind of like really fast food. It's really quick because it's just being there in like a heating thing, I believe. It's just kind of an oven, but not an actual oven. Just look up Febo, F-E-B-O, and then you'll be able to see it, because that's famous for Holland as well, but I couldn't actually figure out a way in which I would be able to make that, so I decided not to make one, but I did make like a typical Dutch snack bar. Yeah, which as you can see is kind of small and it's really simple. It's definitely not fancy, and don't think that every restaurant in the Netherlands looks like this, because definitely they do not. We've got some really fancy restaurants as well, like star restaurants, so don't worry that if you ever come to the Netherlands you can only eat at like simple places like these, but this is something which like every Dutch person goes to every now and then, just because the food is good, and also because it's very simple. If you've like not got much time, you simply take away some food there. I personally never go and sit there, because like it's not that you've got like the perfect atmosphere there, because it's like simple lights and yeah, it's all greasy and stuff. But yeah, taking away food there is kind of easy. It's not like you've got a drive-through there. That's actually the only thing you've got in Holland at like McDonald's and some Burger King and sometimes KFC, but not very often, I believe. But yeah, also from the inside, as you can see, they're often very small. So I've decided to actually not add that many add that many seats, because often you've just not got enough seats and then you've got to wait for your food to get it, and then it's way too busy. That's kind of the experience I've got. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Dutch snack bar, because yeah, I know that, you know, snack bar is an internationally known word, and it's, you know, in English you've also got a definition for it, but this is like a typical Dutch snack bar, which is different and which I have actually never seen in this exact way ever before. Sure, there are like simple restaurants like these all over the place, but yeah, I felt like this was kind of Dutch, and Dutch people will probably recognize it. And it's just very simple. I mean, the Italian build was kind of complicated with several levels, and was kind of simple as well, not too fancy. But yeah, and the Let's Build restaurant I'm building at this moment is going to be crazy fancy. And I just wanted to make this look very simple. It actually looks terrible, but it does look realistic. I mean, I added some signs up front as well, just to make it look just detailed and chaotic, because that's kind of what they are and what I imagine them like. So yeah, they're not beautiful, but they're, yeah, that's kind of, it's definitely actually not that Dutch, because in Holland, if you don't know, everything is crazy organized. Here we might be like the best organized country in the world, and you know, it's fun to live in the Netherlands. Everything is organized well. But yeah, this is something that's not particularly like really well organized. By the way, you also see like those certificates which I've added, which you for some reason also always see, or at least I felt like you always see them, because those are like to guarantee you that the food you're eating is like proper, and it's, you know, you need a certificate in order to be able to run this, because otherwise you get like non-hygienic food, and that's not what you want. So yeah, I believe I see like stuff like that every now and then. And also you can actually see into the kitchen, because what you can eat there are, okay, now are some typical Dutch things are coming, which always whenever I'm talking English and then I'm saying something in Dutch, it turns out that I say it more like in the way an English person would say it in Dutch than like an actual Dutch person would say it. So you can buy like croquetten and frikandellen, and those are like, it's kind of meat, and yeah, it's not healthy, but you know, meat is actually not that healthy anyways. But yeah, it is good. They like fry it, kind of. Do they fry it? I believe. Is that the term you should call it? I'm not sure. But and then you've always got fries. That's what you can typically get there. And then yeah, what else can I say? Okay, now I'm going to start to struggle getting all the English terms out there, because I realized that I don't know everything. You've also got like special types of yeah. Okay, this is starting to get confusing. I'm not going to talk too much about that. Maybe in the comments the Dutch people can like discuss what their favorite food is at snack bars, and maybe if you are not Dutch, which most of you probably aren't, then let me know whether you would like to eat at a place like this ever, and then also why, and also definitely what speed build in this Around the World Restaurant Edition series you'd like to see next, because that's very important for me to know, because then I know what to build next. This was suggested quite a few times in the last speed build, the Italian one, so I decided to build one also because of course it's Dutch, so it's fun. But anyways, please leave a like, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more. And then yeah, please enjoy the overview which is coming, and then I hope to see you back later.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And